Today is a rainy day, and today's mood is being brought down on purpose because I need to not feel less, but feel different. The times that I have been the best me were when I was unconscious of the fact that I was me, and now that I am conscious of who I am, I find myself rallying against this notion, this observable, perceived me. It's very strange when you think about it. How you can only be your best you when you're not thinking. And yet, I have lately become so engrossed in thought that it's all that I do. All that I do is think. It's paralytic. And I have realized after years how much I've been lying to myself, how much I've been building up this notion of an idea, the concept of the me that everyone seems to know is not the real me as it would happen. But I suppose anyone could say the same thing, couldn't they? Any one person doesn't know any other one person as well as they know themselves, and even that self doesn't really know who they are all so well. For you can be functionally lying to yourself for the majority or entirety of your life, claiming that you are something you are not, in an attempt to hide yourself from yourself. I have been lying to myself for so long that I feel like I lack the ability to actually be myself anymore because I don't really know who that person is. And then they say it's the person that is what is natural and that occurs without thinking. And if I were to do that, I would become a very terrible person very quickly, for I would fall into old habits that are self-destructive because I seek the destructive tendencies. I seek self-destruction because pain has been a majority of my life. And I don't feel right if there's not some form of pain somewhere. So I seek a way to destroy myself without actually dying. I seek the most advanced way of torturing my psyche. I seek to push myself in ways that I didn't think were possible. To break bones, to force oneself into situations one didn't think one was capable of mustering. And in so doing, ending up a different person altogether, on the other side of a spool. I could have been an even more convincing liar than I am right now. In fact, I think I'm probably still lying to someone right now. I just don't know who anymore. So now, the question ends up becoming, how do you find yourself when the only you that you've ever known hasn't been you? And the only thing that you've ever done has been chaotic destruction of some variety or another. Conscious self-destruction. Or, well, rather, unconscious self-destruction. Finding a way to destroy yourself in a way that you can't even notice it. Well, the answer is re-examining your roots, I would assume. Because where I learned this was from a long, long time ago. It has been so ingrained, and it was a formative moment in my life. It made me actively seek out all the things that I've been seeking up to this point, and throwing all of that away is an absolutely terrifying feeling, but also not getting rid of the parts of me that purposely make me weak are only going to exacerbate the situation. I'm finally mourning not only the situation that just happened. The situation that just happened was not very much to anyone on the outside, but to me, it was an understanding of the world. It was a remarkable semblance of normalcy, finally, understanding and accepting and realizing I don't have one problem. I am always working to try and fix the problem, the next problem, whatever that problem may be, and not realizing that there are such a multitude of problems. I pick one, hone in on it, fix it, and then act accomplished, when I don't realize or pretend not to notice there's a whole host of others lying in wait, only just barely noticeable to those who don't see what I see. And yet, these problems could be considered all but moot to anyone who is not in my situation, which makes it a unique problem, I suppose. Where do you find answers for a unique problem? Well, that in and of itself is the problem, because I created this problem. I created this problem out of boredom and malevolence and parts of myself that I had wished remained hidden so that I could keep lying to myself. But instead, I have recently stumbled across the idea, the notion, the problematic tendency that I'm not a horrible person, and that terrifies me, because that means that all of the bad that I've done in the past can't just be played off as my nature. I still have something to give. I still have some good in me somewhere that other people can see and helped me to see. And it may have been a sheer accident, or an unconscious force of will, or perhaps a foolish tendency. A foolish tendency to think that every human has something good still left in them somewhere. This idea, this broken fragment, has been the thought that keeps me going for such a long time. And it had pushed me up against a wall, broken my neck, and left me for dead. And yet, I'm still here. It turns out I'm a lot harder to kill than I would like to think. Believe me, I have tried, in various and sundry ways, and I've been unsuccessful, meaning, theoretically, that there is at least still one thing left for me to do. And while I blindly wander my way through the dark, I stumble upon pieces, and I try to put them together, and they don't fit, and I get angry. And then I try something else, and I find that the next set of pieces fit together in a dissimilar fashion, only similar in that they don't fit in the same way as the last set of pieces. And this pattern repeats and repeats and repeats. And now I find myself. I think I may have finally broken the pattern, but I think that thinking might be naive in and of itself, because I feel like I've thought that before. However, I've also never been in the mental state that I am right now. Of course, I probably could be lying to myself for all I know. But it feels like I'm heading towards a point of progress. Something good. Not necessarily monumental as I would like it to believe, but the ability to finally actually breathe out. To breathe in general. To be the person that I'm supposed to be. I'm heading towards them right now. It took me a while to get to this point, and I should have been here years ago. But you know what? I'm here now, thanks to the help of many, many people. I would gladly do anything in my power to be able to thank those people and perhaps maybe even be something useful for them again in the future. But I think that's a vain hope, trying to hold on to parts of the past that need to be killed. I need to let parts of me die, and then I can move on. I've already overcome so many of my fears. There are only a couple left. Only a couple fears left. And I need to find a way to attack them.